Yes, he lived here. And this kid, right, was the best shoplifter and sneak thief I've ever known. Aye. And he died of OD. The last time I seen him was in the probation office. This kid was about 4, 5 years older than me, round about the same age as Davy. You know, so what? Aye, he died. He was just in McDonald's and just died. But he'd struggled with drugs for 30 years and he had behaviour problems. I mean, he lived there with his ma and his dad, and he burgled their house and he robbed off them and everything he did. He had proper behavioural problems. He was best shoplifter in the town, pickpocket, sneak thief, the lot. And he'd done that all his life. And like I say, the last time I seen him was in probation, and he was the same old Davy. Not Davy Glover. Davy. Aye, Davy Hawthorne. God bless him. And, aye, he had a rucksack. He had the very best of clothes on that he had shoplifted. Trainers. He had brand new pairs of trainers hanging off his rucksack. He asked us if I wanted to buy some. You know, he always had a few quid and he always had money to get his drugs. And he died young. But there's loads of sad stories like that around here. And what I noticed when I was standing along the Granger, because I was there a good hour and a half, you know, just looking about, because it was raining for a while. So, aye. But what I noticed, right, is the amount of mentally ill people walking by, talking to themselves and shaking their heads, and but like what I'm doing now. But they were staggering and what have you, and that, you know, so aye. So things have not changed since I was a kid. Because I remember sitting, as I've sat on that road for years. Since when I was a kid, I'd sit on that road. Aye. And I'd see mentally ill people walking by, talking to themselves. Full-blown conversation, shaking their heads. Some of them were angry, some of them were confused. Exactly the same. 4 people walked by, staggered by. It's not changed at all. But yeah, I'm heading up towards Penwell, yeah, folks. It's a canny walk. And up with me, aye, never mind though. But aye, I thought I'd just come back out into Penwell, have a little walk up the Armstrong Road, see where I can evoke some memories. I mean, I took a lot of police chases round here. Police scattered me all the time round here, all the time, for stolen cars, burgling the shops up on Penwell, you know. And when I think about it back then, because I was young, right, I was very young, Davey protected me from loads of stuff. See, nighttime filming, it's hard work in here. Aye, hard work filming in the dark like this, because you've got a light shining in you, and I have to use the camera on my phone, the front one. Aye, I'm not that out of breath. Not yet. Well, I have been doing plenty walking lately. Keep myself fit. In this cannabis thing, I am struggling. I gotta say I am struggling. As you can probably hear with me breathing. So, I've got to pull some spine out the bag on this issue, folks. And stop smoking cannabis. Just takes a bit of spine, that's all. Because like, yeah, I always think it's going to be worse than what it really is when you're dealing with addiction issues. Well, seeing that, rattles off opiates are really bad. Rattles off Valium are really bad. So, they're completely different to coming off cannabis, and that's what I mean. Just needs a bit of spine on the issue. But me with a sharper mind, need cannabis at all. Because like I say, I do like a smoke. I do like a smoke. Before I come on the camera and that. Yes, this is Armstrong Road, folks. Hope you can see doing alright. There's a look. Should be a custody road for joyriding. This take blue light along here all the time, all the way along to Scotchy. Knee helicopter now, folks. Proper joyriding. I'm not glorifying it, but it's just, that's the way it was back then. But this part of Benwell's not changed for a long time. Oh, that's the back lane we walked up. Last time all the rubbish. I gotta say, there's been a lot of clean-up since then. It's not like that now, I don't believe. But people still come here and fly tip. That's the thing, you know. The point I was making about all the rubbish. It gets pulled out. People going through the bins, I don't know why. But people going through the bins and they leave the rubbish all over the lanes, you know, which encourages people from outside the area, right, to fly tip their McDonald's and stuff like that down here, you know. So that's what happens down here. But I'm surprised there's no mad dogs out on the bikes. I might start coming down more often because the dark nights are coming and that's when the fun happens with the bikes and all that. I should have kept myself out in the summer, through the heat in the summer. I should have done. I'm telling you, I would have getting some good scatters. Wouldn't have filmed anybody like Bullock and Paddy Sears doing graft and stuff like that. No, I just filmed the police running about like Raji's trying to capture the mad dogs. That's all I was saying. But they always take it to the extreme. They always twist every single thing into a negative. I can just see everything coming out my mouth, good people, 100% positive. And the shed would turn it into something really negative. Every single time. It's what he's always done, folks. It's what he's always done. Aye. I mean, he talks, he label it, he give Newcastle bad name, right? He done now put Sweetgrass Sears as much as he possibly can and make up loads of lies and whatever bits of truth He may know about the Sears family. You can bet your bottom dollar he's told everybody before he come on YouTube. And what he says about the Sears is untrue, folks. It's untrue. Aye, that's the #1 bus. I used to catch at the school every day, but on the opposite side. The famous #1. I remember when they were yellow colour, weren't they? And you could hang on the back of them. Yes. When I was a kid, I would have kicked the back windows out of that upstairs. All the windows out upstairs would have been kicked out coming home from school. And the older kids, well, the older kids in my class, I'll not mention their names, they started the craze, kicking the bus windows out, hoying all the seats out. By the time we got to the shaft though, it was another matter. Yeah, we're gone. Aye, folks. Even though I'm on my own streets and that, and I feel relatively okay and that about stuff, you know, you still never know. You got to keep alert, keep what's going on around you, keep yourself safe. That's what I do. Even, you see, you can't take things for granted. And I think a lesson learned from a Scotsman turning up at the door, you know, and me answering it and talking and doing what I done, I was in danger there and didn't even know. I took it for granted that nobody would dare come to the door. So you can never take things like that for granted. And, you know, I love these streets. I really do. I take a walk along Scotswood Road and I walk along the quayside on my next video. So if you're out and about, you can watch out for us. No, I probably have to cut that bit because I didn't want to encourage stupidity, you know. Because I've always got someone with us. So I got a car, I get a lift, and I've always got someone with us. So, just to watch me back. Just to watch me back on this run, wherever I can. Aye. So I'll just take a walk down. Because it's getting late, folks. It's getting really late and I'm not sure if I'm filming myself reach here. But I've got to get myself back on the street, right? Because the street evokes memories. You know? I mean, I stood along the Granger there and I had loads of things to talk about. You know? Like, I robbed the Granger. I robbed the Granger twice. I robbed the Granger with a toothbrush, sharpened toothbrush. Got 500 quid from behind the bar. And all the villains were in the bar, apart from Paddy. So, and then a couple of days later, I climbed in through the back window and robbed the damper. I apologise for that. But that was graft. That's what, that was graft. I wanted to dip the bars. For some reason or another, I wanted to dip the bars. I liked to take, I remember I got caught doing Great Yarmouth one time, creeping the bar. Me, Howie, it was a canny few we went doing, taking money out the barnets, clicking money out the barnets. Got click thousands of pounds out the barnets, these kids, honestly. Aye. Gary Hawthorne was a good kid, God bless him. And he earned thousands, he was another belting grafter, Gary Hawthorne. Belting kid. Drug problems, that's what it is, folks. But this kid, he got on to clicking money out of barnets. And this, when he first started doing it, he could walk down Blackpool, man, get at the bottom of the strip, man, and have 10 grand in coins. That's how good this kid was. I mean, I got on it with him, like, but it was at the end of it when it was starting to come on top. We still earned a few quid. But, you know, and I remember he says to her, he ate her down the road. Gary did. Right? I mean, he paid for all our lodgings. Right? What he done was, he took all doing Morgan and grafting, burgling and all that sort of stuff down the road. Right? So we ended up in Great Yarmouth. And, we ended up in Great Yarmouth. Gary, we went and done a load of barnets with Gary, clicked a load of money out the barnets because we were like his bodyguards and that, and you know, I'd stand either side of him and stuff like that. So he could click all the money out the barnets. He got paid for all our lodgings. He did. Right, and took one nightclubbing. Took one nightclubbing. And this was just off the graft that he was getting off the bandits. This is how good the graft was. It really was, you know. Honest folks. So we went nightclubbing. So we're all West Enders, all Mad Dogs, Scotchy Mad Dogs, Benwell Mad Dogs, doing Great Yarmouth in the nightclub. We've got them playing the tunes from Follies and from the Monkey and everything doing the road we have, right? They loved it. Loved the tunes from the Monkey and all that they did. And After Dark, everything was on these tapes. We're there all night. But they closed one of the bars, you see. So I went and dipped the bar. Went and got everybody all that drink, loads of bottles of Budweiser and all that. So we all had a half a dozen bottles of Budweiser each. But me pal Howie, right, says, well, I didn't drink lager, so I drink Southern Comfort, I drink a Gaspy, because Howie drunk a Gaspy back then. Aye, didn't take drugs, he liked to smoke a dope and had a drink, and that was it. That was Howie. He says, "You not get me a bottle of Southern Comfort, like?" I says, "No, I'm not going back through that bar. Oh, well, there, they'll capture us." You know? So, honest, this is what happened. Right? One of my pals, God bless him, he died of an overdose. He had the stupid tablets. Pulled out these wobbly eggs, and they were greens. Now the greens, the 30 greens. And started handing them out to all. Right? So I took 2 for 60 milligrams. And everybody else started dropping these wobbly eggs. Honestly. 20 minutes later, I'm thinking I'm Superman. I'm thinking I'm an invisible man. I just walks up to the bar and just walks straight behind, grabs the bottle of Southern Comfort, and the DJ, who was playing my music, just stopped the music and said out with a mic, "Aye," and in that cockney voice, "Aye, stop, Faith." I was like, whoa. These bouncers got ahead of us, right? The floor was doing about 6 flights of stairs, right? I had a big long strip through my arm, from my finger, a flesh. Honestly, it had been like somebody had used a potato peel down the side of my arm, right, hanging down. Oh yeah, I was off my head on wobbly eggs, right. So the bouncers went and attacked me pals. When my pals were all chived up, bottles of ammonia, they squirted the bouncers, two of the bouncers got stabbed, and I'm like waiting for my pals. I was thinking, oh, they're not gonna, and then I just seen all my pals come out the running out the, all together, coming out the club and gnashed. And because everybody was off their heads on wobbly eggs, everybody gnashed in loads of different directions. Honestly, it was mad, right? So I'm doing Great Yarmouth, right? I'm on wobbly eggs, right? There's been stabbings with bouncers and they've been squirted up with ammonia, right? I'm wounded, and I didn't know where my hotel is, right? It had been hard. We're getting lodgings to start with, right? So we had hired a caravan at the back of this hotel, as well as a room inside the hotel, you know. So I'm looking for this hotel in Great Yarmouth. Haven't got a clue where I am. You haven't got mobile phones or nothing like that. I can't even read back then, man. But I comes across this garage. I've got no tabs. I goes in the garage, right, to get some tabs. This is no word of a lie, folks, right? And there's me pal, one of me pals, and he's got a big knife in his hand. And he's got it up against the throat of the shopkeeper. And I walks in and he goes, "Hi, cookie, alright, man." I goes, "Oh," I put my heat straight down, turned and walked straight out. I thought, what the hell's going on? Aye. Him and my other pal were robbing the gaff off their heads on wobbly eggs. God bless him, because he's the one who died. He's the one who died. Well, them got nicked down there, right? So, this is the one, folks. I won't be camera. I've been with a view, with the focus and everything. Right, this is the one, folks, right? So, about 4 o'clock in the morning or something, I eventually find me hotel. So I gets into my hotel, right, I gets under back in the caravan, too late to get in the hotel. Oh, there's Howie and all that there. They've made it back. So I thought, brilliant. But everybody's sleeping. Everybody's sleeping, because they're all on wobbly eggs and I'm barely keeping myself awake. But there's one person missing. He knows who it is. I'll not see his name. He's in recovery, he's well respected, he's a good bloke. Turned his light round. Right, now I remember this morning, after all that chaos the night before with us lot, he was missing. And I was worried, waiting for him coming back. And all of a sudden, I'm at the caravan door waiting for him coming back, and I sees a car pull into the back of the bloody hotel. Turn round, right, stop, and my pal jumped out who was missing. It was mad. I thought he had been locked up or something. No, he jumped out, right, and he had that because the long length leather jackets back in the day, they were in fashion, and he had a suede broom on that looked wicked, but it had a big huge patch round him. He had fella sleeping in a bush and weighed himself, right, but he still was off his head on wobbly eggs. So he jumped in, he didn't recognise us or nothing like that, because he was just off his head on the wobbly eggs. Didn't recognise us. He jumped back in the car and took off, and we didn't see him again in the Newcastle. But lucky enough, there was 8 away, so there was 2 cars. So me, I was the youngest of the lot of we, you know, right? I had took 60 ml of fluid and then 30 milligrams, right? 6 o'clock in the morning, right? All the lads are wanting to get a blow, you know, they're waking up, Howie's woke them all up, because Howie's paranoid in case everybody gets nicked or stabbing someone and stuff like that, you know. So I had to drive everybody home from Great Yarmouth, and I kid you not, talking about falling asleep at the wheel of the car, on the motorway. Oh, I did. I slept almost from all the way from Great Yarmouth to Leeds. I pulled up at Leeds and said I can't drive no more. Got myself a McDonald's breakfast and they had to take hour. I couldn't do it. I nearly killed her loads of times. I kept falling asleep on wobbly eggs in the car driving. Aye. But that was just one of me many trips down the road. And I had loads of trips down the road grafting me, folks, I'm telling you. Loads. Aye. And I'm sure I met Bernie. I am sure Bernie first heard the Conroy name off me. Had a bit of graft down the road and it had come on top for us. I'm sure it was Bernie. I could be wrong. Aye. But I did have loads of bits of grafting. Bits of graft doing. You see, I liked the comets. You had big superstores, comets. And I loved the comets because they had false ceilings and they were filled with electrical devices, videos, camcorders, separate hi-fis. You know, you could get them with the displays and creep the sensors and stuff like that. But the best graft was breaking into the cages at the back of the store where they kept all the boxed videos and camcorders. So, but it took us a couple of grafts to get onto that because I kept on creeping the floor and showing all the stuff off the display. Aye. But I liked grafting down the road, I did. I liked burgling down the road. I liked doubling up the cars, going down the road, fuel working drive, bring a couple of cars back, as well as do a bit of graft. Davey loved it. Salvage yards, we would graft salvage yards and everything, us man. Looking for tatty plates to ring motors. Aye, because ringing cars was the game back then. That was the drug dealing now. Aye, still on Pipe Track Lane, folks. This video's gone on and on and on, but I hope that story was alright for you. Right, so speak soon, folks. Be lucky.